last name Racy, and I'm from Citizens for Novo.
Thank you. So just tell us, why are you here today and what do you want to do?
Well, we plan on doing a vigil, candlelit vigil, for the 196 children who died in state care. And nobody has been held accountable for that. And we want to pay our homage and respect to those children who died. There's 500 children missing. Some of them have been found in prostitution. And the state wants to take more control of our children and take it away from the families. And how can they do this when they couldn't look after the children that was already in their care? So I believe that this referendum is not good for families, it's not good for children, because they say yes for children, but actually it's bad for children. We have enough in our constitution to take care of our children, but the state and the HSE fail to do that. They're responsible, it's not a constitution.
The government have denied that they're going to take children away from their families. They said that they're all about family and that this referendum is about the family.
I don't believe that at all. I have met with some families that here from the UK, where it's rampant. Child forced adoption is rampant in the UK, and they're fleeing to Ireland, and it's the safest place really in Europe for them. And this will happen here. I mean, the head of adoption here now is Jeffrey Shannon. The head of the children's department is Gordon Jays, who are from Britain. And the head of the HSE, actually Tony O'Brien, he's got an Irish name, but he's also head of HSE too. So they're here, they're here, and they're bringing in a British system. And I mean, there's no guarantees that we won't have forced adoption, there's no guarantees we won't have forced vaccination, there's no guarantees that young girls won't have abortions. I mean, there's already been one girl, a 13-year-old, that has been taken to the UK and had an abortion. I mean, without anybody's consent. I don't think she even knew what was happening to her. So, for our parents, we need to be careful, because the state does not have our children's best interests at heart. And I am a grandmother, and I am very, very concerned for my...
Well, that there are laws in place that you won't be able to bring the child for forced vaccination, but that won't be happening, and forced adoption won't be happening either.
I'd like to see that in paper. On paper, we have, this government is here for another 2.5, 3 years, whatever the case may be. Somebody else can come in, they can change legislation whenever they like, and they can do whatever they want. And I mean, a child, if, for example, somebody doesn't agree to have their child adopted, or to have their child vaccinated, they can say, oh, well, you're not, in the best interest of the child, you're not looking after your child, you're not having them vaccinated, we're going to have to take them to care and maybe have them adopted. So no, this is very dangerous.
So you don't believe 196 children have died in state care.
Yeah.
I mean, the Taoiseach is saying, that this will give children a voice. This will make sure that children are looked after in the future. You don't believe that?
All we have to do is look back at the state's reputation. I mean, the reputation speaks for itself. I mean, we can go back years where the children have been in industrial schools and they've been all over. I mean, Magdalene laundries, you name it, there's been all sorts of things happen here. So no, I don't believe what the government tells us.
Was that not the church, really?
The state, the ISPCC for the children in the industrial schools, they had a part to play in it, and the state is complicit in it. So sorry, it's not just the church. And I mean, it's been in the papers last week that there's like about 700 adoptions, ready, they can adopt 700 children. And I mean, they're going to take the children that's in care. But I mean, the children that's in care are, already in foster care, many of them, but some of the foster parents maybe can adopt them, but many of them will have problems and will have issues. And will they get adopted? You know what I mean?
Part of the yes vote as well. What would you say to them?
Many of the foster parents are no longer supporting the yes vote. Some of them are, some of them are not.
And the association launched the yes vote campaign this morning.
Well, I met some of them that don't want to support the yes vote. I can't speak for every one of them, but I can speak for some of them.
That's what